Welcome to the podcast de Philippe. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a story that combines archaeology and artificial intelligence.
A fascinating field where cutting-edge technology is being used to quite literally bring the past to life.
And we're talking about the Herculaneum papyri.
These scrolls, they come from a Roman library that was buried by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius almost 2,000 years ago.
They've remained largely unreadable for centuries because they're so incredibly fragile.
It was almost impossible to unroll them and study them without causing further damage.
But now, thanks to AI and some amazing imaging techniques, we're beginning to unlock their secrets.
It's pretty remarkable.
And speaking of unlocking secrets, we're on a mission here at Le Podcast de Philippe. We'd love to reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers today.
So if you're enjoying this deep dive, please hit that subscribe button.
It really helps us out and allows us to bring you more fascinating stories like this one.
So let's get back to our ancient scrolls.
Today, we're going to explore how AI is being used to virtually unwrap these delicate texts.
And we'll discuss what these discoveries could mean for our understanding of the ancient world.
It's really quite a feat, considering these scrolls were buried under volcanic ash and hot gas.
It left them incredibly delicate.
It makes you wonder, how did they even survive at all?
It's remarkable and a testament to the power of preservation, even in the face of such destructive forces.
So how has AI changed the game?
Well, one of the key tools researchers are using is a synchrotron.
Oh, a synchrotron.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a type of particle accelerator that generates extremely intense light, like 10 billion times brighter than the sun.
Wow.
This light allows researchers to create detailed 3D X-ray images of the scrolls, revealing their internal structure without ever having to physically touch them.
So we can peer inside these ancient scrolls without even unrolling them.
Precisely.
That's incredible.
It's a game changer for the field of papyrology.
I bet.
Yeah.
But I imagine the ink itself is still incredibly difficult to see.
You're absolutely right. The ink used on these papyri is carbon-based, meaning it has a very similar density to the papyrus itself.
So it's practically invisible to the human eye.
Pretty much. But researchers have developed AI algorithms that can analyze those 3D images from the synchrotron.
Interesting.
And detect even the subtlest variations in texture and structure caused by the ink.
So even though the ink only protrudes by a few hundred microns, AI can pick up on those tiny details.
That's right.
Wow, so the AI is basically trained to see what we can't.
Exactly.
But how does it go from detecting the ink to actually deciphering the text?
Think of it like teaching a computer to read ancient Greek.
Okay.
These AI algorithms are designed to identify recurring shapes that correspond to Greek letters. By analyzing thousands of images, the AI learns to recognize the unique patterns of each letter, even if they are fragmented or distorted.
So even if the letters are damaged or incomplete, the AI can still figure out what they are?
In many cases, yes.
That sounds incredibly complex. How many people are working on this? Is it a specific team or a larger effort?
It's actually a global effort. There's an initiative called the Vesuvius Challenge that brings together researchers from all over the world to collaborate on deciphering these texts.
So it's a global team of code breakers working together to solve an ancient mystery.
That's a great way to put it.
I love that. And speaking of mysteries, what have they actually discovered so far? Have any of the scrolls been fully deciphered yet?
We haven't fully deciphered an entire scroll yet, but there have been some really exciting breakthroughs. One scroll in particular, known as Herculaneum 172, has yielded some fascinating insights.
Herculaneum 172, huh? What have they found in that one?
Well, some of the first words that the AI identified were disgust, senseless, fear, and life. Now, these might seem like simple words, but they hold some profound implications, especially when you consider the context. These words weren't just randomly written on a piece of paper. They were carefully chosen and written down by someone almost 2,000 years ago.
It makes you wonder what was going through their mind as they were writing those words.
Exactly. And the fact that these particular words appear together suggests that Fear All 172 might be a philosophical text, possibly related to Epicureanism.
Epicureanism. Can you remind us a little bit about what that is?
Of course. Epicureanism was a school of thought in ancient Greece and Rome. It emphasized finding happiness and tranquility by living a simple life, a life free from fear and pain.
It sounds kind of like a precursor to modern-day mindfulness or stoicism.
There are certainly some parallels.
So how do these words disgust, senseless, fear, and life fit into that philosophy? What might they reveal about the author's ideas?
Well, consider the word fear. Epicureans believed that fear, Particularly the fear of death was a major source of unhappiness. They argued that by identifying and confronting our fears, we could achieve greater peace of mind.
Makes sense. So the presence of the word fear in Ferric 172 suggests that the author might have been exploring similar themes. It's so fascinating that even these few deciphered words can give us a glimpse into the philosophical discussions that were happening in ancient Rome.
It is, isn't it? And this is just one scroll out of hundreds that were buried at Herculaneum.
Hundreds, wow.
Just imagine the wealth of knowledge waiting to be unlocked from those texts.
It's incredible to think about all the potential insights into ancient history, literature, and philosophy that these scrolls might hold. But I'm also curious about the technology itself. What other applications might it have beyond just deciphering these ancient texts?
Well, that's a great question. The potential applications of this technology are vast. For example, it could be used to analyze damaged manuscripts or historical documents that are too fragile to handle conventionally.
So we could use it to preserve and study other delicate artifacts.
Exactly. We could even use it to study ancient inscriptions on monuments or artifacts that have eroded over time.
So we're not just talking about reading words on a page. We're talking about potentially unlocking a whole new level of understanding about the past.
Precisely. This technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we study history and archaeology, allowing us to see the past in a completely new light.
It's almost like being able to travel back in time, isn't it?
In a way, yes.
It's amazing to think that technology can bring us closer to the past than we ever thought possible.
It's a testament to human ingenuity and our unyielding desire to understand our history and ourselves.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far. We've explored how AI is being used to virtually unwrap ancient scrolls, discussed some of the fascinating discoveries that have been made, and even touched on the potential for this technology to revolutionize the way we study history.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It really has, and this is just the beginning. In Part 3, we'll delve even deeper into the implications of these discoveries.
We'll explore the exciting possibilities that lie ahead.
Welcome back to Le Podcast de Philippe. We've been talking about how AI is helping to decipher ancient papyri from Herculaneum and what these discoveries might reveal about the ancient world. Before we jump back in, I want to remind everyone that we are trying to reach 1,000 YouTube subscribers today. So if you're enjoying this deep dive, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Your support helps us bring you more fascinating stories like this one. Now back to those ancient scrolls. We've talked about the potential for this technology to revolutionize how we study history and archaeology. But what are the broader implications? What does it mean for our understanding of humanity to have this knowledge from the past?
That's a really thought-provoking question. I think it highlights the importance of understanding history. These ancient texts, they offer us a window into the minds of people who lived in a very different world. Yet they were grappling with many of the same questions, the same challenges that we face today. By studying their thoughts, their ideas, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world and the long arc of human history.
Yeah, it's like we're building a bridge across time, connecting with our ancestors through these words and ideas. It makes you realize we're all part of a much larger story.
It is humbling, isn't it, to realize that we're just one chapter in a long and complex story, and yet each chapter is interconnected. The choices made by those who came before us have shaped the world we live in. And our choices will, in turn, shape the world for future generations.
That's a powerful thought. It really underscores the importance of preserving our cultural heritage, not just for ourselves, but for those who come after us.
Absolutely. It's a responsibility we all share. These scrolls and the knowledge they contain are a gift from the past. It's up to us to make sure that this gift is passed on.
Well said. And it's important to remember that these discoveries are still ongoing. There are hundreds of scrolls yet to be deciphered, and each one have the potential to reveal new insights and challenge our understanding of the past.
That's what makes this field so exciting. We're constantly making new discoveries, pushing the boundaries of knowledge, and rewriting the story of our past. And with the help of AI, we're only just beginning to unlock the secrets that these ancient texts hold.
It's a reminder that the journey of discovery never really ends. There's always more to learn, more to explore, more to wonder about. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of ancient papyri, let me leave you with this thought. The past is not lost. It's waiting to be rediscovered. And with the help of technology and human ingenuity, we're getting closer than ever to uncovering its secrets. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey on Le Podcast de Philippe. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers today. We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.